You're watching the Batter Fans Network.
The heroes are back. Beards, funky balls, rapping pink and black. Coming live from the 305, it's official tissue. The Batter Fan, Chris and Dan, weekly rocking with you. We talk Messi, Boosie, Jordy, Lucho, the Fat Four, to Ben Cram, Noah, Ruiz, Fred. What more could you ask for? Tighten up and get ready, listen in on the pod. Solana and X in Espanol, just to even the odds. Breakdowns and gas bagging, join the tribe and just vibe. Free 99, don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't hesitate, say what's up, go ahead and come in. No question about it, I'm ready to get hurt again.
No question about it, I am ready to get hurt again.
Chris, the Herons are back. Welcome everybody to episode number 396 of the Batter Herons podcast. I am your host, Daniel Get and alongside me, as always, Mr. KBD. How are you doing, sir?
Well, I'm doing good. I mean, it's not morning here. Shout out to Al Sawad saying good morning from Dubai.
Shout out to you.
Ready to rock and roll. I mean, listen, this is big news here. Mr.
Yeah,
Krabs
man.
saying rip Hulk Hogan.
Oh, yeah, man. He was my, soccer daddy. Hulk Hogan passed away today. He was my childhood hero, believe it or not, because I was really big on wrestling when I was growing up. And then coincidentally, when I entered middle school, he went black and white with the NWO. So he was like the bad guy, and I was turning into a teenager. So, you know, teenagers like all that dumb crap. So I started following him as Hollywood Hogan. And yeah, man, for like a solid, large part of my youth, Hulk Hogan was like the guy for me. So it really sucks to hear that he passed away. A lot of memories. You know what? I think because I'm not big on celebrities. I've said that a bunch of times on here, right? I'm not big on like getting autographs or anything like that. But I will tell you, and I was talking to my wife about this. I think there's 3 celebrities that I would say like impact me. And I don't mean like I started crying, but that was like, oh man, that really sucks. And like get nostalgic with. And there's only 3 celebrities in my life that I can say that with. Hulk Hogan is one of them. Yeah. And the other 2 are Derek Jeter and Jay-Z. Like those are the 3 celebrities. Yeah. Derek Jeter. And then
okay, I get it.
And Jay-Z. Those are the 3 celebrities that I'm like, oh man, when something like this happens, like, oh, that I felt it. I felt it.
Well, Hulk Hogan was like a transcendent sort of like celebrity, right? Like
absolutely.
He stretched from wrestling to like, you know, theater to like commercializing. Like he was like in commercials where you'd have him exercising and you didn't want to be big anymore. So be Hulk Hogan, but like it looked cool to be Hulk Hogan. So like, you know, there was a lot of good stuff in the prime of Hulk Hogan's career that a lot of people remember. So
yeah.
Sorry for those of you wanting to talk soccer. And we
no, it's just great. Yes. No, somebody just randomly threw it up in the comments, and so we figured we'd touch on it. And then somebody said, Danny, you're going to be missing Messi also. Yeah, but it's different because as I became an adult, I no longer idolized celebrities or anything like that. So I guess it's different for me now. I mean, I root for them, and I'm a big fan of them. I appreciate them, but it's when you're a kid, at least for me, it's when I used to idolize these people, Hulk Hogan, Jay-Z, and Derek Jeter. Yeah. Now it's a little different. But anyway, back to it. Chris, we're going to talk Cincinnati today. But before we do, we have to talk. Messi suspended. What are you thinking about the fact that he missed the All-Star game? Because we haven't recorded since the All-Star game. And about the possibility about him being suspended for Saturday's game.
So, I mean, I saw the interview with Don Garber. Like, he didn't say he was going to suspend him. Like he said, it sounded like rules.
To me, it sounds like he's laying the groundwork for like we're going to excuse it.
Yeah, at some point, right? Yeah. Not now, but like at some point they're going to get to it. So, I think that it's just something they're shelving at the moment, and they're like, yeah, we'll get to the rules that we have to enforce. We just can't do it right now with this guy named Messi.
I don't think he's going to get suspended at all, to be honest with you.
Miami King agrees.
Yeah, I think that what they're going to do is they're going to say exactly what Don Garber started saying yesterday.
Yeah.
Because of the Club World Cup and the upcoming Leagues Cup, the schedule is so congested, and the fact that he's played 90 minutes every one of those games, they're going to just excuse him for fatigue reasons. So I think I have no doubt. Well, let me not say I have no doubt, but I feel pretty confident that he'll be playing on Saturday.
Well, and Adarsh mentioned here that I'm the one that is like disappointed he didn't play. I mean, look, I'm not disappointed he didn't play. It's better for the team that he doesn't play. I'm just looking at it from the other perspective of, it would have been nice to have him go kick around a couple balls for 5 minutes. That's basically just my whole point. And I'm looking at it from the devil's advocate point of view. In my opinion, I can care less whether he plays or not. People should choose whether they want to go or not. There's tons of all-star formats where people get selected and they just say, I'm not going, and they find someone else.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, I think they're going to say the whole he played too many games. Now, I know that I was going back and forth with Fabian Rankel, I believe, or maybe it was somebody else, that gave me the Denny Boanga example. But Denny Boanga played less games this month, and he hasn't played 90 minutes all those games. He only played 2 out of the 5 games he's played this month, 90 minutes, a full 90. So it's a little different. Somebody else came to Messi and Denny Boanga don't play the same style. Denny Boanga actually runs for 90 minutes or it's like I get it, but Messi's also 38 years old. So whatever. So I don't believe that he'll be suspended. You don't believe he'll be suspended, at least not for Saturday's game. So here we go. Get ready for Messi on Saturday with Cincinnati at home. The rematch is coming up. So starting 11. What do you think our starting 11 is going to look like against Cincinnati? Because we did not do very well when we played them last time. And then we were supposed to have Justin on. He ended up, I don't know if he had bad ganja or what, but he ended up getting in the hospital. But we had one of his co-hosts being gracious enough to join us, and we're going to bring him on in a second. But I'm gonna ask him if Justin was trying to jinx us, because Justin basically said Cincinnati has no hope. Cincinnati sucks. I felt like if you read between the lines of what he was saying, he was basically saying we're just getting lucky with these 1-0 wins or 2-1 wins, and you guys
got our asses kicked.
Yeah, and then they bent us over a railing. Like that's how it played out. So I'm curious if Justin was just pulling one over our eyes. But starting 11. What do you think? I believe this was the starting 11 for that game, if I'm not mistaken. What do you think the starting 11 will be? Because Ustadi was still playing.
Well, and at this point, the only change you got to make is on the bottom, is Ustadi for Rocco, right? Because, well, I mean, at this point, the only change I could see confidently is Rocco in. And, I mean, Noah Allen's still out, right?
Would you still play Rocco? After that Red Bulls game?
I would try Yarbrough. Well, okay. I would try Yarbrough just because it's like, at this point, who cares, right? I mean, whoever you go with, you know what you're getting with Rocco. You don't know what you're getting with Yarbrough. You already lost 3-0 to Cincinnati. How worse can it get with Yarbrough? In reality, I kind of would keep it Rocco just for the simple fact that he didn't get a lot of attempts against him against the Red Bulls.
Yeah, the one opportunity the Red Bulls had with him, he played that ball horribly. He tried to punch it out and completely whiffed. It looked like one of those high school fights they show on Twitter where the kids are swinging and not making any contact. Like he completely whiffed on the ball, and that was really bad.
Well, Soccer Daddy's saying
Falcon is suspended. Yes, for yellow card accumulation.
Oof. So that means we might be dipping in the barrel because we got no David Martinez. Mm-hmm. We got no Coke. We got
the Swiss Army knife.
Swiss Army knife. We might be getting Swiss Army knife action here with Gonzalo Lujan.
Yep. So it's probably gonna be the Aviles and Lujan. Alba, I think he's healthy, way gone. Busquets, Segovia, Allende, obviously Messi, Suarez, and then Cremacchio, Redondo. What would you do?
I would keep it. I would keep it probably Cremacchi. I would keep it Cremacchi. I feel like bringing in Redondo in the second half might be better. Or you know what? Let me flip that. I'm gonna put Redondo in, and I'll bring in Cremacchi in the second half.
Now, Soccer Daddy's saying Frey is back. Now, I don't know if that's true, but if Frey is back, I think that he would be somebody good to slide into center back.
I mean, Hazel's wishing for Ryan Saylor.
No, I don't think Ryan Saylor.
Lujan is the heart of Javier Mascherano, guys.
Absolutely.
Lujan is literally driving the bus from the player facility to the stadium.
Yeah, that 30-second drive, Lujan's the one driving it.
Yes, I saw him.
All right. So, without further ado, we do have a guest from Cincy Soccer Talk, first time with us, Jose Guerra. What's going on, Jose? How are you doing, sir?
I am doing great. And again, I want to thank you for having us on your show. I've heard great things about it, by the way, from the people who have been here. So
Who's lying to you, Jose?
no one's paying me. In fact, literally, no one pays me to be on these shows. No,
We don't
I
get paid
appreciate
either.
it.
We'll
I
send
appreciate it.
we'll send the Cafe Cubano over to Cincinnati.
Oh, no. Okay, there you go. Yeah, and Justin apologizes. Yes, he did have a medical emergency. He's doing well.
That's great.
But yeah, it's those things happen and nothing you can do about it.
That's what happens when you have that Jamaican ganja.
Yeah.
So, Jose, Justin told us last week we have no shot. Inter Miami is going to go into Cincinnati, and they're going to have their way with Cincinnati. And I feel like he was playing us. That's why I wanted him on. Honestly, I wanted to yell.
No,
at him.
no. I got to tell you, on our show last week, Monday, Justin wasn't on the show, but there were 3 other co-hosts. And at the end, it's okay. So what's the result going to be? And I said, it's going to be 3-1 in favor of Miami. I mean, we cannot stop their midfield. We have had an up and down performance. We had a mega meltdown the Saturday before in our Hell is Real
Columbus.
derby.
Yep.
I mean, we were leading 2-0. We seemed to be in control, and then just we imploded. And I've been actually beating the bush about we cannot sustain 1-goal wins, guys. I mean, in some cases we've been lucky, in other we just clamped down. Okay, just hang on. Oh, good, the whistle is there. We're done. So when I saw the form that Miami was in, and the form that we were in, I said, no, we're not going to survive. We're going to get annihilated.
Yeah.
So at the end of the game, I thought, what happened? and what happened actually is that
was my next question. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, but what happened is before that game, the coaching staff had a very tough discussion and series of meetings with the players, especially film sessions, says, look, you didn't do this here. You didn't do this here. And what were you doing? You were just kind of laying back there. You go up, then you don't come back. So that basically there was no hustle, no communication, no following the game plan. A lot of things just fell apart. Why? I don't know. I mean, we'd have to get into their brains. But they got shaken up by the coaches that say, look, Columbus is a good team, but come on, we were in control. What happened? So I think a fire got lit. And when I was in the stadium there, in the first 5 minutes, both teams were kind of tentative. Okay, where's this going? Because it was a hot day. Both teams were tired. So it's okay, this is probably going to be, let's just try to see this game out. And then Cincinnati started pressing more. They were communicating. I was watching the players. They were talking to each other a lot. They were pressing. They were moving fast. They were keeping things simple also, because sometimes FCC tends to complicate things. The guys, you had 3 guys up there in the box. What are you doing? You're trying to drill through 4 guys? I mean, you had open. So I think what happened is the message got through. It's like, we're a good team. We keep things simple. We press, we communicate, and let's just, hope that we can clamp down on Messi. And we did. I mean, fortunately, there were a couple times that he got loose, and I could tell you all around us, we said, oh no, somebody do something, please.
Well, the good thing is you were able to sort of, cut off a lot of the lanes to Messi, where it just made it extremely impossible in order to kind of facilitate getting the ball up towards his area. There was times where he had to come back for it. So that was a great job out of you guys on that. Yeah.
But I gotta tell you, I mean, a lot of us were surprised. I said, wow, that was, and we said, well, that was different from just a few days ago against Columbus. Well, where was that team back then?
Yeah, absolutely.
So no, he wasn't trying to, faint you out or anything. Like, I genuinely believe we're going to get crushed.
So what's the belief coming into this game?
It's going to be a tough one. Because we're still missing key players that usually are on the bench or starters. So our guys are tired. Your guys are tired too. Everybody's tired right now at this stage of the league, of the tournament. Everybody is tired, but we're missing key players due to injury. Nick Haglund, who was a bencher last year, this year, because of injuries to Matt Miazga, he started. Well, let's see how is that. And this guy he rose to he became a starter, and then he got hurt, seriously hurt. So he's been out. Yuya Kubo, He's actually, we kind of joke about it. Well, when are we going to play him as goalie? Because this guy's played almost every position except center back and goalie. Well, he's also out injured. Kevin Denke is out injured too. He's not going to play. There's a couple of guys also too that are questionable. So what's happening right now is to say, well, if we get out of there with a tie, we'll be happy. But the truth is, we got a lot of key players that are not even on the bench right now.
What's Denke's injury?
Well, it's a leg injury. They haven't been very specific. And what happened is in the first 20 minutes against Columbus, he got hurt. But because this guy has never been hurt in his entire career, he wasn't quite sure what was happening. He kept playing. So he probably aggravated that. So afterwards, I said, "Oh, buddy, you're going to be out at least 2 weeks." So they haven't been very clear. I mean, I don't know about you guys over in Miami, but over here in FCC, sometimes it's a little difficult to find out. Okay, what's the nature of the injury? It's a leg injury. Well, okay, what does the leg mean? A leg's kind of,
We'd be lucky to find out whether it's in the top half or the bottom half.
Yeah, all teams do that, and the fan bases get frustrated. But it's unfortunately it's all the teams. They're. Okay, I'm assuming they do it. To throw the rest of the league off, right? They don't want people to prepare to have.
Well, sure. No, I get that. Yeah, but in other sports, they're pretty clear, right? I mean, in baseball,
because of the betting.
Hey, well, yeah, you got this and this and this, and the tendon and the this, and they're going into so much details. Well, I just want to know what part of the body. You don't need to give me an anatomy class here.
Yeah.
Well, and it's
good.
No, I was going to mention if you guys are bringing Orellano to Miami, then I mean that's it. That's all you need. Because last game when we played against Cincinnati, I mean, it was a fest for him.
Well, yes, but here's the thing about Orellano. He's been incredibly inconsistent all season. Last year he was lighting up the field, but he had Acosta with him. Yeah, Lucho Acosta, who was facilitating a lot of that. And this year he's been struggling. Now, he was injured at the beginning of the year. So we think there's still some lingering issues there. And he's being asked to play kind of not a secondary role, but more like, look, the go-to guys right now are Evander and Denke. Now, you're an important piece of this. I mean, without you, we just don't function. But you're not the go-to guy. And it's possible, and we're speculating here, by the way, it's possible that when Lucho Acosta left, he thought, okay, I'm going to be the guy now. And all of a sudden, they bring in Evander, they bring in Kevin Denke. And again, we're speculating. He's probably thinking, I was supposed to be the guy here. I mean, what's going on? So I think he's getting used to, I don't want to say secondary because it's not a secondary role.
His role.
It's like, it's his role. It's like, okay, you're one of the guys. You're not the guy. The guys right now are Kevin Denke and Evander, although we put Orellano in the category of these are our big three.
Yeah. No, Orellano's a baller. I want to take a step back because I was supposed to ask you this when you first came on. I completely forgot. Cincinnati fans are wearing the knee pads when they're talking about Evander and being the captain for the All-Star game. And what are your thoughts on Messi missing the All-Star game?
Look, I know that Miami's had a really tough schedule. Yeah. But if I look at this from a very macro perspective, I'm training my sights on FIFA and the regional soccer federations who keep coming up with new tournaments because they make money.
Of course.
And they wear down. And now we have this League's Cup starting again, which, by the way, I don't know in Miami and Cincinnati, everything, this is just a cash grab. I mean,
until Cincinnati's in the final, and all of a sudden you guys get excited about it.
Yeah, but we're kind of joking. Maybe Pat Noonan our head coach, maybe you just throw in the FCC2 guys, and let's finish this. Our guys don't read. Now, of course, he's not going to do that.
Yeah, I know.
He wants to win everything.
Yeah,
but there's a lot of people that was like, I was excited at first, by the way, but okay.
I love the League's Cup.
The point is that Miami has had a lot of games. I mean, the Club World Cup,
of course,
on top of that.
Right.
On the other hand, if we look back, and I'll use FCC because I know these guys. In 2023, we were obviously in the tournament, right? In the league, we were in the cup, we were in the League's Cup too, and I think actually at the beginning of the year we might have played some CONCACAF, although don't quote me on that. So our guys were playing a lot of games too. And we had at least 2, Acosta and Vasquez, who were in the All-Star game. Now, granted, that's just, a few minutes here and there, but still, they have to take time off. They got to travel. They got to train with the team, all that. So to me, that Messi or Alba decided, I think Alba didn't play either, right?
No, he didn't. He didn't
No.
show up.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's
Couldn't
their
show up. I think that would have looked even worse on Messi if Alba would have showed up and played.
Yeah.
It's their choice, obviously. You guys said at the beginning. If players don't want to play, okay, they shouldn't play. But then I think the rules need to apply to everybody. Because if you start thinking, well, he's played a lot of games. Yeah, but a lot of players have played a lot of games too. Yeah, I know he's 38 years old. I get that. He's not the 20-something or the 18-year-old I first saw that was just incredible. He still is incredible, by the way.
Yeah.
So to me, first of all, it's a fiasco because MLS should have said, this is the decision we're going to make one way or another. It doesn't matter.
Yes.
Okay. If you would have said, okay, Messi's going to play. Okay. We don't agree with it because you're saying the rules should apply, but okay, at least we know. But they're like, kicking the can down the road. What do you expect to happen between now and Saturday? That people will just say, oh, yeah, sure. We didn't even consider that. No, they're going to remember one way or another.
Yeah.
So to me, it's been handled badly, the whole thing.
I agree with that.
And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm taking a biased stance. I don't think I am, but maybe it's me being blinded by my bias of Messi and Inter Miami.
That's okay. That's okay.
But I think another reason that Messi doesn't go to these events, and you guys tell me if I'm wrong.
America.
You guys say he should go out there for the fans and sign autographs, and I think that when he goes into a locker room with a bunch of players that he hasn't played with, he's also having to pander to them and sign their autographs and take pictures with them and their families. Am I wrong?
I'm sure they do. I mean, who wouldn't, right?
He's not just going to be one of the other guys.
Yeah,
he's going to be.
He's going to be Messi.
He's going to be taking.
He's going to be Messi in a locker room of a bunch of guys.
He's going to. Miles Robinson's going to bring his kids. I have no idea if Miles Robinson has kids, but Miles Robinson's going to bring his kids. And oh man, can I get a picture with you and my kids? And there's nothing wrong with Messi putting himself out there for that. But I'm sure if oh man, I just played 10 games in the last 40 days. I want to kind of just chill. If I go over there, I'm not even chilling in the locker room because I'm kind of like,
Yeah. No,
I
and I
didn't
get
even
that.
think of that. That's a good, good perspective.
I am no celebrity whatsoever. But when I lived in Mexico City, I used to play in this folk band. And
we got a music star on.
We were pretty good. We were very, very good.
Very cool.
And at
Jose,
some point,
just so you know, Jose, you are the first musician we have on the show.
Really? Oh my God!
Would you sing for us?
No, because I can't sing. I play.
Okay.
I play stringed instruments.
No,
but I mean, at some point they want us to
Santana.
play, and hey, come here, come there, come there. And say, guys, no. I mean, we're doing this for fun. Nobody's paying us. We just do this for fun. We show up, we play. So again, not even close to Messi's, astronomical fame.
Right.
But I can see how at some point, I really just kind of want to play.
Yeah, of course.
Exactly. And I think that if he had I'm speaking out of pocket because I have no idea how he thinks, but I would imagine if all he had to do was like, hey, show up, hit the pitch, play for a little bit, and then your job is done. But that's not his job. And then if he were to show up and not speak to anybody, not do any of the meet and greets, not even one meet and greet, like people would still criticize him because you're there. Now, be an ambassador.
It's a lose-lose.
Be an ambassador for the league. Put yourself out there and promote the league. Have an interview with I forgot the guy's name with the mustache for Apple TV that used to play for the Red Bulls. I forgot his name. But interview with him.
Something.
Yeah, Kleshkin or one of those. Go ahead and kick a couple balls into the stands. Like, he can't just chill. And again, I'm not excusing it. I'm just saying that's what I think is part of the reason why.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
But the problem becomes then that people then, fans and probably other players and owners are saying, well, okay, we have a set of rules for this. I mean, why not just get rid of the rules then? Just say, look, these are suggestions, guidelines. Like the Pirates of the
course.
Caribbean, the movie. Well, they're more like guidelines, and
Yeah.
so, and then that's okay, because in other sports, as you said, you name them, but say, I don't really want to play this game for whatever reasons, legitimate or not. So,
Uh,
well, I don't know. I mean,
it's not his job, but I mean, you would hope that
That's
the
a
players
comment
want
from
to.
Mr. Krause, by the way. It's not
Yeah.
Messi's job to promote the league, though.
Yeah, it's technically not, but you hope that people want to promote the league that they play in. But he's not that type of person. And for example, I was going back and forth with Fabian Brankel, and he said, or he posted something about like, was Altana a better ambassador? And I replied, I don't know. Like, he gave you more headlines, but he also insulted the league while he was playing in it. And since he's left, he's taken every opportunity to take shots at it also.
Yes.
So it's like, do you really want somebody that's going on nighttime talk shows and taking subtle jabs at the league that he's playing in? Like, I don't see how that's better than what Messi's doing. At least Messi's bringing global recognition.
oh yeah,
Even if he doesn't speak. So
this is true. Yeah.
all
So
right.
anyway,
Yeah, just a quick tangent, real quick. I just wanted to get your, especially since Cincinnati, because man, Cincinnati fans hate us. Like when you get on Twitter,
here's the thing, though.
on-
You can't.
on Twitter, no, you can't go. Twitter isn't the end all be all, but of all the fan bases that are in Twitter, I think
Cincinnati is the
Cincinnati
fire
is
again.
by far and away
Really?
the ones that are constantly just.
Well, here's the thing, though. The Cincinnati fan is one that
Very passionate.
I'll give you an example. I mean, I think it was last year that you guys went to Cincinnati and we won 6-1. However, you didn't have Messi, Suarez, Alba, another starter. Busquets, for whatever reason, that day was really slow. He was getting overrun constantly. And then Miami scores a game on a set piece. And I saw a lot of things in that set piece. Like, yeah, that's concerning what I saw there. So I went to the Facebook page of FC Cincinnati. I wasn't on Cincinnati Soccer Talk yet. And I said, yeah, great win. Really like what I saw. But, I saw this and I got eaten alive. Oh, you're negative. What are you talking about? We dominated. Yes, but I saw a couple. And remember, I said they didn't have 4 starters with them. So let's keep things in perspective. The Cincinnati fan base can be absolutely brutal, even when they're own.
Yes.
Our chat. I'm looking at you guys right now. Our chat. Yes, I'm talking to you guys. Can be that way also. We beat Nashville, and I said we haven't looked good, guys. We're on a 5-game winning streak, but we haven't looked great. And everybody was like, "Oh my God, well, you would think that we're on a losing streak. We're bad." I was like, "We won, and yes, good teams find a way to win." But I don't know how long this is sustainable. And the next game, we get our butt kicked by Cincinnati, and everybody's like, "Oh man, Inter Miami sucks." It's like, yeah. I mean, they don't suck, but like we do have problems.
In our show this past Monday, that I said, hey, I am going to eat crow because I said Cincinnati was going to get annihilated by Miami. It didn't happen. And here are the reasons, which we all knew. So, however, I says, now is can we sustain that level of performance? Because obviously you can't be intense and focused and, run fast game in, game out. I mean, it's just not humanly possible. I says, but can this team remember the fundamentals that allowed us to beat Miami? And the jury is still out on that.
Well, Adarsh is saying we're going to kick Cincy's ass this time. So I'm definitely looking forward to watching that for sure.
We're not in predictions yet, but I will tell you, I said it since we lost to Cincy. I think we're going to beat Cincy on Saturday.
Well, we never beaten you guys twice, 2 in a row. Let's just put it that way.
And last time that we got our butt kicked by them 6-1, we came back and we won the next one.
Yeah.
I think that Redondo will start instead of Kremaki. We had a hard time connecting that back line to our final third, getting that ball to Messi, like you were saying. And I think Redondo is a much better ball handler, a ball distributor than Kremaki. Yes. And I think that will make a difference in the midfield. So I do expect us to have a better performance in the midfield. Maybe even Yannick Bright might get in there at some point. So I do think that we're going to have better performance. But that's for predictions. Before I get to that, Jose.
Yeah.
Let's say you are a degenerate gambler. And you decide, I am going to bet the house on Miami. That's how confident I feel that Cincinnati is going to lose. And then Saturday comes, and you get these butterflies in your stomach. You're like, oof, I think I made him. I don't know. Why did I do that? I shouldn't have done that. So you make it to the stadium, and for some reason you have access to Mascherano. You see him, you walk up to him, and you whisper in his ear, this is how you beat Cincinnati. Mm-hmm. What are you telling him?
Well, I think the first thing that has to happen is that you have to get past Buca and Anunga. Pavel Buca last year, a lot of people didn't like the guy, but I saw things on the pitch. I said, this guy is good. The problem is he's got Acosta there who either outshines him or doesn't let him do things. Because Acosta would play hero ball and, okay, no, get out of my way. I'm going to dribble and, score this phantasmagorical goal. So I think the first thing is that you have to get past that midfield. And the way to do it is to play very fast behind them. Because Buca tends to be more, now he will come down to defend, but he will be more of an attacker. Anunga is not Obi Wobodo. Obi Wobodo, to me, is a world-class defensive midfielder, but he's out, and he's going to be out for a long time. Anunga has stepped up, but Anunga is not as fast as Obi, and he tends to touch the ball heavy. When a ball would go to Obi, it's like the thing just stuck to his feet. It's like, how do you do that? Anunga, not so much. He's getting better, but if the ball comes to him, he tends to have a heavy touch, and the ball tends to get away. Now, he recovers very well. But I think the way to beat Cincinnati is to get past those guys, and you're going to do it with, fast plays, maybe 1-2 plays, maybe luring them to the front and then playing on the counter against them. Although I know that's not Miami style. You guys like to build from the back and have a very structured approach with Mascherano now. So I think that's number one. Number two, you're going to have to shut down Evander. And the way, and from my perspective, the way you shut down Evander, which is not an easy thing to do, is you're going to press him. You're going to press him a lot, and not just with one guy, maybe two, maybe three. Because you let that guy loose, he's going to work some magic. Not as much as Lucho Acosta, by the way. I mean, Lucho Acosta could do some magic there. Where did that come from? Oof. So Evander is not as good dribbling or making things up as he goes as Lucho was, but he's a more complete. He's a more complete player. I mean, he can pass, he can dribble, he can score. He can attract players. So if you press him. And press him, I'm going to say a little bit physical too, you could stop him.
I think Bright would be key in that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Sean is mentioning it here. If we have to press, it has to be Bright or Ben Krem. But Danny, you mentioned starting with Busquets and Redondo. I mean, those two can be the key to get behind players like Bucha and Anunga. Mm-hmm.
What I will tell you is that I felt like Evander did a really good job of making Busquets' life difficult with the high pressing that they were doing. Yes. And he was one of the reasons his activity, he was so active on Busquets that he was making it difficult for Busquets to find outlets and and progress the ball forward. And I think that contributed a lot to the struggles we had because we played a bad game. But to start the game off, we were really bad, and we had a hard time even getting the ball up to Messi. And I think that had a lot to do with it. Messi, I think, had like less than a handful of touches in the first half that game.
Yep, and he had 2 shots on goal, and both of them were not compromised. They were difficult shots. Yeah, because either Matt Miazga or Miles Robinson were all over him, and he still shot, because he can make shots out of nothing. But they were difficult shots. And
Darsh, yes, Messi has never scored against Cincy. He's only played against them twice. He's only played against them twice.
You're right. Yes. Actually,
the first one was the U.S. Open Cup, where he had the 2 late game assists to help us make the final of the Open Cup.
Yes.
And then the last one was the one that he just played because last year somehow he missed both those games. The 6-1 loss.
Oh, he missed both.
Yeah, and then when we beat you without Messi.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, I know Suarez was in the second.
Yeah, Suarez was playing. Yeah.
Suarez scored the first 2 goals in 5 minutes. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, but Messi didn't play.
Well, I want to mention, by the way, the fact that someone brought this up. Bright plays, Evander is done. I remember last year, that's one thing that I did remember, Danny, is that when Bright did play, he made it extremely frustrating for Evander to
Evander
have
was a part
open
of Cincy
space.
last year.
No, was he?
Evander joined Cincinnati this year.
That's right.
Yeah,
Oh, that was
Evander
Lucho
was in
Acosta.
Portland.
That was
I got it
Lucho.
confused.
That was
All right,
Lucho.
yeah.
That was Lucho.
Lucho, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Bright changed our defense when he started playing consistently, starting at the second half of last year. I don't know if he played the 6-1 win for you guys, but he played the 2-0 victory or 2-1 victory that we had afterwards.
He did play at the 6-1 victory. Yes.
The 6-1 loss. Okay.
The 6-1 victory for them. Yes, it
Yeah,
was.
yeah,
He had a goal. He had a goal in the 60 something
Right?
minute. No, you're
there
talking
was
about Lucho.
I was talking about Bright.
yeah.
I wasn't sure if Bright played.
Yes, he played in both games.
Okay.
He played in both games.
But again, that first game, the 6-1, you guys didn't have 4 starters.
Yeah.
So
All right.
Yeah.
So Jose, prediction time. How do you see this game ending on Saturday?
I'm a little bit more hopeful after the performance against Miami and also the performance against Real Salt Lake. I mean, against Real, both teams were tired. I mean, but
1-0.
Cincinnati had to make a long flight, play in high altitude, and a lot of guys knocked up too. And when we saw the lineup, by the way, I said, "What is this? I mean, is he just giving the game away? Is he, what? Forget it. We're just going to lose this game." They managed to win on a Orellano miracle, kick towards the end. So I'm a little bit more confident that the result this time will be a tie, probably a 2-2 tie, because our back line all of a sudden is finally performing the way it was supposed to perform at the beginning of the year, where we thought, okay, with this back line, we can etch out some wins. But then there were several games where the goals were pouring in. So what is going on here? What happened? And what happened is that while Matt Miazga started to return, he wasn't yet 100% fit. I don't know if you remember, but he had a really nasty injury last year against San Jose, and San Jose slammed his knee against the goalpost trying to clear a ball, and he did clear it, and he was out close to a year. And it's only now that he's finally starting to be the Matt Miazga that we know. Then we had Nick Haglund, which I thought he was out also. Well, Miles Robinson has stepped up. One of the new guys, Engel and Flores, are stepping up. So now all of a sudden the back line is starting to look strong. Now, like anything else, are they going to be in the game, in the zone, mentally says, okay, we played really well as a back line. We need to continue doing what we were doing. The midfield, Anunga and Buka, you guys need to also help. If they manage to do that, then I think we can etch out a tie. I'm saying 2-2 because, Evander, Orellano, and, we don't have Denki now, but we do have Valenzuela and Camara. I think between all 3 or 4 of them, depending on who Pat starts, they can score some goals. But, we're not going to score 3.
Cringe saying with a 199 Super Slam, 2-3 Cincy. Mascherano doesn't
It's more optimistic than I am.
Well,
because we're also going to play over there. We're going to play in Miami. In Orlando. And it's going to be hot.
Yeah.
Really hot.
Basically. 2-1 Cincy for Sean Callahan.
Okay.
And look, everybody sees your deal here. Okay, Jose?
We fell for it once with Justin. We're not falling for it again.
Yes, no way.
We have this friendly competition going on with Cincinnati Soccer Talk called the Growler Cup. If people sign up for our Patreon feed, they get to join the Growler Cup, and there's predictions. Now, as part of CST, I can be a part of it, but I can't win anything because the staff shouldn't win anything. And every time I would predict a win for Cincinnati, we'd lose or we'd tie. So I finally said, you know what? I'm just going to predict loss.
Losses
And every time I predict the loss, we would either tie or win.
Yeah.
Now, I don't even participate now. So, I've kind of quit because whichever way I go, something happens. Yeah. I'm not going to say anything anymore. Besides, I'm not going to win anything. So my competitive nature, which is always there, well, if I'm not going to win anything, why even participate, right?
Right.
Yeah. Where are you going, Danny? Or should I go first?
No, I'll go. A couple things. I've been killing Miami for not looking good and creating for Messi or without Messi. I think that this is the game where they finally put it together. I don't know how. That's just me thinking something has to give, and they finally have to put something together. The Red Bulls game did not convince me because the Red Bulls are just not a good team. They play a high line, and if you play a high line against Miami, Miami will make you pay. And that's proven. Columbus did it against us. We put 5 on them. Like if you play a high line against Miami,
thank you, by the way.
Make you pay.
Thank you for that.
So we're gonna make you pay. So the Red Bulls game did not really change my mind, but I feel like this is gonna be different.
It's funny you say that though. Real quick, I'm sorry. After the Miami game, there were some people who were saying, "Oh no, we got Miami's numbers." What are you talking about? We don't have Miami's number. I don't know where that's coming from. The statistics don't even prove that.
The cockiness.
More importantly, I said, is Mascherano is a good coach. And he's putting a system in place that, maybe hasn't gotten there yet, but he brought in pieces. His philosophy is a little different. Well, I think probably a lot different than Tata Martino.
Absolutely.
Oh,
yeah. So he's putting more structure, more discipline. Yes, Messi is still an incredibly important part of that machinery, but there's other pieces involved. So this guy's going to figure it out. And when he does, these guys, they're already good. They're going to be even better. And that's what I think.
Yeah, and after a week off, which they haven't had in a while, they're debuting their baby blue jerseys, which doesn't make a difference, but I just wanted to put that out there. The baby blue jerseys, we'll finally see those riptide jerseys. And I have a feeling that if you're going to go to the stadium, you're going to get to see Rodrigo De Paul for the first time, waving at the fans. And I think that'll give a boost to the crowd. I feel really good about this Saturday. I think this Saturday is going to be that.
How's Miami going to pull that off? Because don't you have your DP slots already filled?
Well, I mean, right now, Inter Miami just went to Danny's house and disconnected his microphone because of that same question that was asked. Okay. So absolutely, at this point, how they pulled it off is, I mean, at this point, we don't believe that Jordi Alba is registered as a DP, right?
No, he is DP. It's going to be a loan. It's going to be a loan until the end of the year, and then
until next year,
a DP player. He'll be converted to a DP player next year.
Okay. Well, then, I guess that can work then.
But yeah,
sorry, I interrupted somebody.
No, it's okay. My mic went off as soon as we started talking to Paul. But I do think that he'll be in the stadium. I think he'll wait. And I don't have any information on this. Don't buy a ticket just to see that. I'm just putting it out as what I believe. I think that on Saturday he will be out there. I think that because they did that with Jordi Alba, and then he just waited and he went ahead and he waved right before he made his debut. They did that with who else did they did that with somebody else. But this is something that they've done in the past, and I think that they'll do it on Saturday. Again, just my disposition. I have no idea if that's true or not. But I do think that the crowd is going to be ready. I haven't been to Chase Stadium in a while. And I think that we're going to win. I don't know how much. I'll say 3-1. You know what's the one thing that worries me? Rocco. I don't trust Rocco, our goalkeeper. He's our third string goalkeeper. That's who is our goalkeeper.
I mean, you guys had bad luck there. Yeah.
So we have our third string goalkeeper and all our center backs are out. So, I mean, keeping a clean sheet seems just about impossible. But
you guys have a backup to Rocco? Because, I mean, you have a backup to
Yarbrough.
We have a guy that hasn't played.
Yeah, he's this guy Yarbrough, which is our fourth string, which we thought he was our third string, but it turns out he's our fourth string. So, yeah, I think that's the one trepidation I have in choosing Miami to win. But, man, to me, in sports, sometimes signs point one way, and to me, that all signs point to this is what you're gonna get, and they're gonna win, and they're gonna get hot going into Leagues Cup, and that's just how I feel.
Well, I wouldn't doubt it. Like I said, I actually did a pre-match write-up of Inter Miami for Cincinnati Soccer Talk. We do like these previews and then the post-match report. So I offered to do the pre-match, the preview for the match against Miami last week. And again, as I was reading about and the acquisitions you made, it's like, these guys, they're going to come together probably at the point that we don't want them to come together.
I hope. I mean, look, that didn't stop us from getting Brad Guzan last year. So,
well,
Chris,
I'll tell you. Well, what was the prediction that you gave?
I said 3-1.
3-1. I was going to go with 3-1 too, but I'll be a little bit more. No. I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna go with 4-1. We're winning 4-1
Oh wow.
against Cincinnati.
Okay.
We're gonna destroy them because they're gonna be
Okay.
wearing this blue. I was playing with my daughter's clay here. What slime? Yes, slime. You want to show them the slime?
Oh, there you go.
There's the slime. My microphone is probably bad. Yeah, I mean, I hate it too. I got it all over my finger. That color is going to be on their jersey, and I'm going with a 4-1 win. We're destroying them.
4-1. Okay.
Okay.
4-1. I think 3-1 or 3-2. I'm gonna go back. I'll say 3-2 instead of 3. I think Miami wins 3-2, and they get 3 solid goals. None of them off of set plays. It won't be Messi intercepting a bad pass and scoring on his own. It's going to be 3 hard-earned goals in the run of play, and we're going to feel really good going into Leagues Cup next week. And that's how I feel like it's going to go. And it'll go a long way for us in the standings also, because we still have 3 games in hand. But if we don't win those games, then it makes no difference. So, yep.
I mean, Darsh is saying for me to predict a tie, whenever I do, we win big. I predicted 1 tie in like 4 years. We won 1 game big. I mean, look, Mike V is going big. 8-1 Miami. I'm with it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's not happening.
No, that's not happening.
And
A win I can
vice
see.
versa.
8-1? No, not even close.
we talked about Hulk Hogan in the beginning of the show. So if you want to listen to it, just rewind once we're over. And we talked a little about Hulk Hogan. And Jose, are there any celebrities that you feel some type of, for some reason, attachment to? All 3 of mine are all from my childhood. The 3 people that I probably looked up to the most in my childhood. Do you have any?
You know, I've never been a big celebrity guy. I mean,
Me either.
You know,
I mean, once I got older, I stopped. Yeah.
Whatever. Even as a kid, it's like, yeah, no. I mean, I'm a huge Beatles fan. You know, for those, the young
there
people.
you go.
What the heck are the Beatles? It was a rock band. Okay.
Jose, thank you. About a year ago, Chris and I were having a weekly debate, and we'd have guests on, and we did this for about 2 months. But we would ask the guests, are the Beatles overrated? And I was fighting for the Beatles because there's absolutely no way that they're overrated. And Chris will die on the hill that the Beatles are somehow overrated.
I'm not saying that they're overrated. They're good. They're a good band, right? Like, they were the number 1 in this. Look, all I'm saying is that other people didn't have the same opportunities as the Beatles.
What difference does it make? They're still great.
But you know, that
doesn't take away from the greatness,
right? I mean, I look at my corporate career. I'm an independent consultant now, and you know, I had some breaks there that all of a sudden, you know, I started at Procter & Gamble, Mexico. Then all of a sudden I'm here in Cincinnati, you know, because headquarters wanted me here. And there was just a number of things that could have happened to me that would have taken me in a completely different direction. I mean, not good for that matter. So, you know, to me, the Beatles is, yes, they were good. They were very good. They kept getting better and better, but it's the influence they've had post Beatles. I mean, you talk about a lot of rocks, and they'll say, yeah, the Beatles were part of my influence.
Absolutely. And Chris is backpedaling because a year ago, it was a completely different tune because he was completely slamming the Beatles.
I wasn't slamming them. I'm just saying, what competition did they have? What competition did they have in the 60s?
I don't know. Jose, help me out here because I'm blanking.
Well, you had the Rolling
Stones.
To
music back in the 60s.
You had the Stones, who are, you know, I'm not a Stones fan, but they're a very good rock band. Yeah,
very famous.
They were the major.
Wasn't Elvis around back then?
Other people from England,
but Elvis was kind of on the way out. And I've
What about the Temptations?
Elvis influenced the Beatles.
The Temptations.
Elvis, yeah.
Listen, hold on. The Rolling Stones is another group from England. You mentioned Elvis Presley, who had to fight all kinds of different stuff. Okay, and you talk about the Temptations. Did you not see the struggles in their career? Like, any African American that was making music around that time was completely
how does that change?
You're doing music from a basement.
But how does that change the Beatles' impact?
But here's the thing. Look, let's. I'm going to use an example from my field. I'm in information technology. When I was
to Justin.
when I was starting,
Stay off that ganja, Justin.
when I was starting, there was this guy who worked for IBM who saw this research paper. And he said, hey, guys, I mean, our guys came up with this thing called, and I'll use some technical term, relational database. I think we should use it. IBM said, oh, get out of here. We have our database. We don't need you. That guy's name was Larry Ellison, and he went out to found Oracle. Fortuitous that he saw this paper that, nobody was paying attention to because, some scientists in IBM's labs say, hey, I think we should manage data in this way. He took it, he ran with it, and there's Oracle.
And he bought
Bill Gates.
Yeah.
Bill Gates. I mean, Bill Gates bought an operating system for $20,000, and from there he built his empire. So it's, yes, is there a little bit of luck? Of course there is. But what you do with that luck, to me, is the important piece. Okay, you got it. What are you going to do with it?
There were a lot of people that would have had that same luck, like the Beatles, and nobody has stood the test of time.
Are gonna
like
have
the Beatles.
that luck. Yeah, like the Temptations are just gonna walk out on the streets and have that luck. Get out of here. Nick Smith is saying Justin is benched for the next Cincy game. Bring back Jose.
No.
I like that comment, but I'm going to bring up another one. Mike V is saying the Beatles, that I said that the Beatles were okay, but they're overrated. 300 bands. I never said 300 bands. I know who the Beatles are. Okay. I know who they are.
But I told you, like you can listen to commercials anywhere.
I understand.
You hear it and you're like, that's a Beatles song.
Yep.
It's everywhere and you don't even realize it.
All I'm telling
Thank
you
you,
is,
Justin.
is that there are other musicians and bands during that time frame in the beginning
But
of
that
the Beatles.
doesn't change them.
It doesn't. Look, it doesn't change them because they had the greatest facilities to do their music in. They were publicized all over the place.
Not in the beginning. I mean, they were playing.
No, they were playing Liverpool,
the Cave, or something. Liverpool. This is
man.
nasty bar. And then from there, they went to play in England, in Germany. Also, some concert, and there in Germany is when somebody heard say, hey, these guys are actually pretty good. Let's see what we can do with them. Yeah, again,
Jose,
a little bit of luck, absolutely. But
I'm just completely cooked then, Jose, because Mitch is telling me Chris is sinking. Like, I mean, I have no. Mr. Krause is saying you own Chris. I need backup.
But yeah, so that nobody sinks. I will tell you one celebrity or person that I admire tremendously, and that's Colin Powell. The former Secretary of State.
Nice.
I mean, this guy. I mean, you talk about somebody who was also there, in the poor neighborhoods of New York City. I forget exactly where it was, Jamaican. Made himself into this very powerful person, and if you never got a chance to hear him speak live, I mean, this guy was mesmerizing, and he was a leader. I mean, he was a true leader. And I read his autobiography. It was one of those things that at some point he said, I thought, okay, my career in the military is over. My performance reviews are not stellar. They're good. But so he started to write his resume. Said, okay, what do I need to do after the military? And, talk about a little bit of luck. Somebody noticed him, and then somebody else and somebody else. Pretty soon he was national security advisor to Bush, I believe. And then, of course, Secretary of State, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and Secretary of State. So I admire that guy for his resilience and also for his focus and his humility. He was a very humble guy, too. And very impressive to hear, by the way.
Jose, you put my three celebrities to shame. You came out here with a crazy story about Colin Powell, and I'm here talking about Jay-Z.
Hey, but you got to admire what Jay-Z has done. I mean,
yeah, no, he's also come from rags to riches for sure.
Exactly. I mean, you can't knock that.
You want to know who I don't honor? The Beatles. Get out of here. Let's go.
Chris, do you have any celebrities that you at some point idolized that you would say, like, if news like today, Hulk Hogan, because this is the first time that I hear a celebrity passes, and I'm like, ooh, that kind of feels weird because I got so nostalgic about my youth. Is there any, Chris, that happens with you? Because I've never had that today, but today I was like, oof, that feels kind of weird. I got very nostalgic.
It's a good question that I don't have an answer to. Not really.
Okay.
Not really.
Allen Houston?
I mean,
Jason
yeah,
Williams?
because I followed him, because I followed them from basketball, but I would assume that it would have to be people that like at some point made some sort of an impact in what it is that I feel or think or do or whatever. I don't know. It's kind of hard to pinpoint that. So
Hulk Hogan legit had me taking vitamins. Like legit. Like I would want to take vitamins. Yeah, because that was his thing. Like take your vitamins, say your prayers. I would legit take vitamins, and then when he became a bad guy and I was in middle school, like it was awesome. So yeah. Hulk Hogan was big for me. Derek Jeter and me was an idol for me.
Well,
my dog is named Jeter. Like I Jeter was and then Jay-Z, just because like I would look forward to every fall when Jay-Z would drop an album when I was a young kid in high school and all that. He was a big part of my youth also.
I'll give you two. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Chris.
No, I was going to give you two people that I'll mention just because of the fact that they were like prominent things around me in my life.
Celia Cruz.
Well, Celia Cruz was big, but Willie Chirino is like huge.
Está viene llegando.
Yes, listen, I get goosebumps whenever I hear that song.
Yeah.
And then a weird one that did pass away is Álvarez Guedes. He's a comedian. He's a Cuban comedian. Okay. And I mean, some of you in the chat that are from Miami locally probably know who this is. He's a Cuban comedian. And he does a lot of like funny dichos and stuff like that. So I actually met him at a funeral. So I don't know. Figured to throw that out there. Met him when I was like a kid at a funeral.
And Mike V was on the money on this. I did take the Flintstones
those were fire.
Vitamins.
Those are fire.
Those were it. That's what I was taking. Hogan would tell me to do it, and then I'd run to the kitchen and be like, "Mom, I haven't taken my Flintstones vitamins." Absolutely.
Sponsored by Flintstone Vitamins, guys, by Vivega.
And I had those as a kid.
Yeah. I see somebody saying Hogan was a racist. Now, I have seen that a lot today also. People are bringing up the fact that he was a racist. I stopped following Hogan after he did the MTV show. Hogan Knows Best or something like that. Yeah, but I did hear that his last like 10 years were like horrible, like personal life and like sex tapes or something weird. I don't know.
I remember that.
When I was young is when I idolized him. I stopped idolizing celebrities once I became an adult, and I've said
I don't idolize anybody. Now, by the way, guys, I'm a huge Messi fan. I mean, I was screaming my head off during the World Cup when he finally won it, because my wife and I were in Argentina in 2017 for our wedding anniversary, and in the taxi we started talking about football, soccer, and I asked him, "So, guys, what do you think about Messi?" The taxi, this guy, he's no Maradona. So what are you talking about? He's no Maradona. He's never won a World Cup. So yeah. So, but I was in the final in 1986 when Maradona beat West Germany. Okay, he didn't beat them. He had a heck of a team. West Germany had Maradona pretty much shackled up, and the rest of the team worked to score 2 goals first. Then West Germany comes back. They tied towards the end of the game, and then for 1 second, his mark just took his eyes off of Maradona, and he had this perfect forward pass to his striker, scored the winning goal. And I said, but, he had a tremendous team around him. I said, Messi hasn't had a good team in the World Cups. I mean, they've been good players, but
Higuain, look at Higuain. Higuain screwed him over in 2014.
Yeah. So, and then, no. Maradona is better. So I wasn't screaming because he probably finally proved them wrong. I was screaming because I authentically liked the guy and supported him when I started watching him in Barcelona when he was, 18 or something like that. So I'm very happy for the progress and what he did. But I remember when they played against Cincinnati here, I think it was the Open Cup or the Leagues Cup, forget what it was, Open Cup. We were winning 2-0. We were 50 minutes away from the final.
And those beautiful crosses.
And they left Messi alone. And I'm screaming, what are you doing? Somebody cover the guy. To no avail.
Yeah. And if you're letting Campana, I mean, I guess it was because it was Messi pass, because Campana is terrible. So, but those passes were so perfect.
It was a bad angle.
Perfect. Yeah, absolutely perfect. Yes.
Yeah. So, but yes. And look, I have heard from a lot of Argentinian old heads that say Messi would never be Maradona. Now, that was before 2022. I'm sure a lot of those tunes have changed since 2022. But before that, in Argentina, I knew a lot of old heads. I don't know how the majority of them felt, but a lot of them. Maradona never skipped an All-Star game. This is true. Xavier, this is true. He never skipped an All-Star game that he was voted into.
Now, the other thing to consider about that is that Maradona played several years in Argentina, and he came from the barrios, the poor sections, and so he was like one of the people.
Yeah.
Messi's family was not rich by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, there's a story out there that he couldn't even afford the cab ride, to go to some youth training camp. Somebody actually paid for them, and the rest is history. And he left when he was 14. So he never really played at the professional level.
No, he went. He very young to Barcelona. Yeah.
So there was a lot of us. Oh well, yeah, he's not really one of us. He went over there, got all this help and this. Yeah, but come on, guys, two different stories. So there was a bit of, I don't know if it was resentment or didn't appreciate what this kid had done going away at 14 years old. But Maradona, he made himself there, and then he went to Europe. So they consider him more, okay, he's one of us. But I think you're right. I think people have changed their mind because we also saw a different Maradona in the 2022 World Cup, by the way. More in your face, more, hey, don't mess with me, or I'm going to really get to you. And I like that. It's okay. It's about time you showed that.
Yeah, and people like that. Well, we have one of those sound bites here. I don't remember where it is. But yeah, it was there you go.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I love that one.
I love spicy Messi. I love spicy. Look, Messi made James cry on the pitch basically last month. Embarrassing for us Colombians, but yeah, he made him basically cry. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what is James? Get off the pitch. Get off. They took him off right after, by the way. Go back and look at it. He started crying, and then the coach, get the fuck out of here. So he took him off right away.
Soccer Daddy's wondering if we can acquire Jose from Cincy with GAM.
I'll reach out to the Cincy Soccer Talk guys, see if we can arrange something. Well, we usually keep this to an hour, but we've had a lot of fun with you, Jose. I don't know if you are up for a couple questions before we head out of here.
Well, what do you think? You asked me, what does it take? What would it take to beat Cincy? I asked you the same question. What do you think it would take to beat Miami?
Well, Justin was a complete
fast
POS because he said, this is literally what he said: show up.
Yeah.
What was that? The reverse jinx was in immediately. For us to beat Cincy, I think we need to have.
No, he's saying for what would. No, he's
for us to beat Miami. Yeah, I'm sorry. For us to beat Miami, yeah.
Oh. Hold the low block, hold it, and beat us on the counter with Evander and Orellano. That's the recipe. Hold the low block, counter. That's it. Have a man marking Messi at all times, make it difficult for him to receive the ball, and then just hold the low block because we have a very difficult time breaking that down. With that said, I do believe that Miami will figure out a way to beat this game, and I have no reason there is no reasoning behind it. I just feel like it's been so long. This eventually something has to give. Like if you are you're being paid to build a game plan for us to win. It's time to earn your money, and I refuse to believe that he's still gonna keep running into a wall with this. So that's what I think. And
Mascherano is a smart guy. Mascherano is a smart guy. I mean, he's figuring this out, and he's got the pieces to make.
I think he's a very stubborn person. That's for sure.
You think so?
And I think that his style can work, but I feel like he's expecting for Messi and Busquets and Suarez to play exactly his style. When in reality, Messi can literally control the game and pace the game at his own, at his own standard, and Jordi Alba is effective from the left side. There's just a lot of other ways that can beat a team other than this standard way that Mascherano wants us to play. So,
well, it should be a good game. Hold
the low block and counter. That's what I would say.
Well, we got some fun questions for you, Jose.
Let's wrap it up with the questions.
Okay, we got some fun questions for you.
Okay, yeah.
So when I go grocery shopping, you can either hold the cart from the back normally, or you can shop like I do, holding the front of the shopping cart.
Okay.
Right. So are you holding the shopping cart from the back, or are you pulling it from the front?
Well, first of all, if my wife were here, she said it's a miracle if I ever get this guy to go grocery shopping. But assuming I would,
Okay.
and by the way, my wife I'm a pretty smart guy. She's like way over my head on no smarts.
Yeah.
But she does all the grocery shopping. But when I do shop, I push. I don't pull.
Like a normal human
Okay.
being. Okay, so we're off to a good start. All right.
Okay, that's good. Meat and a piece of bread here, or a slice of toast. Which
Yeah.
ones are you picking? One of each.
One of each. Oh, I'll tell you right now. It's number 1 and
Woo!
number 2.
Number
Number
one.
one.
Number one.
And number two.
I
good-
like my meat. I like my beef still mooing.
Well, I was about to say,
Oh,
a good veterinarian could probably save that cow. Like a one, like that is raw.
Yep. Like it. I can do 2. I mean, I can do 2. And usually, quite frankly, when I order beef or when my wife cooks it here, it's probably number 2. But, you know, if somebody gives me number 1, I'll say, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
yeah.
And on the bread, number 2.
Number two, you basically hold it over a candle.
Pretty much. Yeah. In fact, when
Okay.
I toast bread, and I do, my wife said, what did you do? It's just warm. Well, that's how I like it.
All right.
And shout
and-
out
oh,
to
yes.
Lamar.
Shout out to Lamar. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. We always forget to do that, right? We got to start being better with that. Everybody tells me, like,
Yeah.
dude, you got to remember. You got to say that. I always forget. We have too much
Now-
fun here. We forget.
Now, if you had to cut a sandwich, Jose, which way are you cutting it? Diagonally or vertically?
Diagonally. Always diagonally for me.
And then Mike V wants to mention here, he will go out and bite a cow in the field.
There you go. There you go. Smart guy.
Might as well.
And
All right.
I mean, should we go with the boy band question here, Danny? Because I
Go
mean,
for it. Look, he has great taste in music, so I believe that he will
Oh,
go with
boy.
with the right decision.
Oh, boy.
so if you
I'm gonna
if you had to
flunk.
make if you had to make a decision between the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, which way are we going?
Oh my God! It would be like saying, "Would you like to have poison or arsenic?" I mean, which one? Is there a neither? Okay, I'm gonna say NSYNC, but for a really dumb reason. I mean, really dumb reason. I'll tell you why. Several years ago, I was very active in an organization that I helped found. It's a national and somewhat international organization of senior technology executives. And we had our quarterly meeting. You know, we invite, chiefs from all over the U.S. in Philadelphia. So I arrive at my hotel, very swanky hotel, because the organizer had gotten us this, 80% discount or something like that. So this is nice.
Yeah.
And as I'm entering the hotel, there's these cheers. More around me says, "Oh, well, heck, yes, I'm here. Hey, yeah, thank you, Philadelphia. Thank you for this wonderful welcome." No, they were welcoming NSYNC.
So you stayed in the same hotel as NSYNC.
Yeah.
Why?
But it's in sync. Was Justin Timberlake there, or was it just the rest?
I don't remember, quite frankly.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Because
when
Justin
that
Timberlake
was.
doesn't ride with them anymore. I don't think.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I
It
don't
was
think
probably
so.
like, these guys, they're not.
But yeah, it
the
was kind of
Beatles.
funny because I actually, my phone by then already had a camera, an incipient one. I actually turned around and took it. Said, "Oh, look, this is the crowd greeting me."
Nice.
Jose, you definitely like Menudo, is what Mike V said.
Oh my God, do I ever?
Hey, there you go. I was having a conversation with my wife the other day about how crazy Ricky Martin was in 98, 99
Oh yeah.
with the World Cup song, and then like Viven La
Yes.
Vida Loca.
Yeah,
And he was on top
Yeah,
of
that
the
was
world.
tremendous.
Like
absolutely.
I think people forget how big he was those like a year and a
Oh, he
half.
was
2
huge.
years.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
question.
He fell off
Yeah,
big time.
So I take it you guys, of course, are World Cup fans, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looking forward to next year, huh?
I mean, I won't be going to any of the games. They're very expensive.
Yeah.
I know
I know. So yeah, well, I mean, maybe if I get a second mortgage, I might
Yeah.
be able to afford a ticket up there in the nosebleed sections.
tickets go on sale September 10th. And I always thought that my only opportunity to go to a World Cup game would be if it ever comes back to the United States. And it's coming. and I'm poor, so it just didn't line up.
It's ridiculous. I mean, the prices
Yeah.
are just crazy. I mean, I went to 2 World Cups, Mexico City '86, the last 2 weeks of the tournament, including the final, and a couple of games here in the U.S. When I went to Mexico City, I was already living here in Cincinnati. The tickets weren't cheap, but they were reasonable within what I wanted to spend. And I saw a bunch of games the last 2 weeks of the tournament. 3 different stadiums in Mexico City. I got to see Platini, one of the guys, Maradona. So it was great. Here in '94, it was okay. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I think two games I can afford to go. Now, okay, maybe if I go watch Nepal against Burkina Faso, maybe.
I mean, V Vegas telling Danny to sell drugs to buy World Cup tickets. That might be what it takes, Danny.
You know what? JC instilled enough knowledge in me that I might be able to pull that off.
Yeah, cook it up.
That's all he rapped about, right?
And shout out to Nick Smith. Just wanted to end with this. I guess had some unfortunate news today. Listen, that's what we're all here for, Nick.
Shout out to Nick.
Appreciate you hanging out with us and just
Hope all
making
is
moment by the moment. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. You know what? And I've had some direct messages sometimes that come through where they say that they kind of tune into us because they're going through some stuff, and we appreciate you guys counting on us to do that. We try to have insightful conversation, but we also like to have fun, and we appreciate everybody in the chat because they help us with that. So shout out to everybody in the chat that also helps everybody, Nick included. And Adarsh, Jose is one of the best guests ever.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Let everybody know where they can find you, Jose.
Well, Cincinnati Soccer Talk website, Cincinnati Soccer Talk, one word. We're there. You can find a lot of the articles we write, previews, post games, other things. We wrote a whole series about the Club World Cup. For the teams that played in Cincinnati, not every team. I'm going to start writing about the World Cup next year here soon. We're on the air on Mondays, usually at 9 p.m. on YouTube too, Cincinnati Soccer Talk, and Facebook. And check us out. We have some fun too. Sometimes, we get into some arguments there. We have a very knowledgeable guy that goes by Coach. He is
Coach.
a coach or was.
Coach has come on with us.
Brad Go. Yeah, really good at tactically breaking. And sometimes he and I disagree. And I mean, it doesn't get nasty, but then, Coach, wait a minute. No, I don't agree with that.
Oh, no. We get nasty on here. I cuss Chris out all the time because he frustrates me.
But thank you. I mean, on my behalf and on behalf of Cincinnati Soccer Talk, really appreciate you having us on. This has been a lot of fun. I enjoyed it tremendously.
No, absolutely. We appreciate you. You know what? And full disclosure, because we have a lot of fun with Justin. And whenever we have a good guest and then we find out that we're going to have to replace him, I thought, it's going to be a step down, but you were great, Jose. So
well, thank you. Well, Justin is
awesome.
Really good, really, really good.
So, he's okay. He's okay. Don't blow his head to it. He's okay.
Remember, he's down in the dumps right now. Okay, he's under the weather. So
I like to kick them when they're down. So,
well, I mean, look, Stentz even says it. Danny is a bully, and Chris makes the show.
Yeah, I'm not a bully, by the way. I remember people started getting on me that, oh, you're so hard on Chris. And then I went ahead and I took my time because it was when my daughter was first born. So I wasn't recording shows. So I had time on my hand. I was staying home for a couple of weeks. And I clipped a bunch of pieces of shows where Chris was just insulting me. and when I came back on the show after some time off, I was like, what the hell? How come I get killed for Chris? Chris talks as much crap to me as I do to him. But, whatever. It's all good.
I don't know about all that.
Well, everybody loves Chris. So
I can see why.
Yeah.
I'm just chilling here, Danny. You're the bully, okay? Come on.
Is Jose a Reds fan?
I'm actually a White Sox fan because part of my life was in Chicago as a child, and my dad was a White Sox fan, so I almost by default. But then I became a hardcore Sox fan. Yeah, I know.
We won a championship.
We've sucked for the longest time. I'm not a Bengals fan either. I'm a Bears fan, and we've sucked too there.
Well, at least you're not a Fire fan.
Yeah.
God, I don't know what happened to those guys. I mean, they were so good. I mean, we played them in the Open Cup when we were still in the USL. I was actually working in Columbus. I was consulting there, so I had an apartment there. I would commute on Sundays, come back on Fridays, and this game was on Wednesday. Well, I drove down from Columbus to watch that game because we had beaten Columbus actually a few weeks before in the Open Cup game, an Open Cup tournament, and we beat Chicago. But it was kind of a miracle. It says, how could we have beaten this guy? It was on penalty. It went to penalty kicks.
Yeah.
How could we have beaten this guy? Because they were really good back then. So I don't know what's happened to them.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
No, look, I agree. They've fallen off. They made the playoffs twice in the last like 15 years. It's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane. All right. Well, Chris, any final thoughts?
You're a bully, and we're gonna win this weekend.
Thank you. To just feed fuel to the fire.
And the Beatles
Jose.
are mediocre.
Jose, again, we appreciate you taking the time on short notice.
Thank
to
you.
come and help us out. It was a
glad I
great
could help.
time. Absolutely, and from my understanding, a lot of people in the chat are going to jump on to listen to you guys talk about the game after we beat you. So that should be
Okay.
fun also.
All right. That should be fun.
If you're listening on audio, we appreciate you listening all the way to the end. Please leave us 5 stars, comment, review, all the good stuff. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching all the way to the end. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends. And as always, for those of you in the chat, you guys are the best part of the show. We appreciate you hanging out with us for the last hour and 16 minutes. And we will be back on Saturday night to do the post game. And I'm finally going back. I feel like I haven't been at that stadium since the beginning of May. It's been a solid almost 2.5 months since I've been to Chase Stadium. So that should be fun. Hope to see some of you guys out there. And it'll be fun. So, and that's it. So until the next one, have a good one.